Welcome to Cooking with Critters. It's cooking made easy. Today we're going to be doing something really special. We're going to make some chicken stock. Chicken stock, homemade, is amazing. First of all, it's extremely inexpensive to make because most of the ingredients are scraps. And when I get some carrots or some celery or an onion that it looks like, oh gosh, if we don't use this in a couple of days, we're gonna have to get rid of it. Why, I just put it in a freezer bag, a plastic freezer bag, and write for chicken stock on it, and I use it for my chicken stock next time I have to make it. So it's really cheap to make, and you will make some amazing food using this homemade chicken stock. Doesn't have the preservatives and all of that salt in it that the chicken stock that you get at the store has, and it just tastes wonderful. And the rice that you make with it and all the other things you make with it are really, really good. So it's basically, you just require some very simple ingredients. So I use extra parts from the chicken carcass that I cut up in a previous video, and these things, if I'm not going to make stock the same day, I just freeze them. And again, on the freezer baggie, I just write for chicken stock. And then I collect up the vegetables and everything I'm going to be using for the chicken stock and throw it into that same bag. So it works out really well. So you want roughly 3 to 4 pounds of chicken scraps. If you butcher your own chicken, you can also be using the heads and the feet. If you're just using chickens from the store, I use the chicken backs, and then I also use the wings and other scraps like the breastbone. And then you've got an onion. You want to cut your onion up into quarters. You'll use about 7 to 10 sprigs of fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, you can use ground thyme, but add that in when it's almost done cooking. Okay. Your carrots, you want to use about 4 carrots if you can. I don't even bother to peel these guys. I've just cut them up into quarters so they're a little more manageable in size. And then about 4 ribs of celery. Again, you can cut those up or not, it doesn't matter. A couple of bay leaves for flavor. And then I've got the white part of a leek. This was a leek that I got a couple months ago, and I cut off the white part for the stock. That's the only part you want to use in the chicken stock. And I sliced it in half, and I froze it, and I'm going to use it today. And then I've got several small cloves of garlic. If you're using larger cloves of garlic, use 2 to 4, depending on how much garlic flavor that you like. And I'm also going to add some fresh parsley, which I've got right here. So roughly about 10 sprigs of this parsley, and just put it in, stems and all. So this is the what we're going to use for our chicken stock. So you just want to throw all of that into your big stock pot. If you don't have an actual stock pot per se, and that's a pot that is taller than it is round, then it doesn't matter. It's not that big of a deal. Use your big Dutch oven or any other really large pot that you've got, and you're just going to put all of this stuff in here. Let me get my chicken in there as well. And then you're going to add to that roughly 12 cups of water. And I'll get this started here. 4. So add about 10 to 20 peppercorns for flavor. I like a fair amount of pepper. And then you're going to bring this to a boil. Once it starts boiling, turn it down lower, probably low to low medium. You just want to keep this simmering, and this is going to simmer for 6 to 8 hours. After your chicken stock has been simmering for 6 to 8 hours, then you take it off the heat. You'll have to set it somewhere for a little while until it cools enough that you can put it in the refrigerator. And you will refrigerate your stock overnight, and then we'll proceed to the next step. So after your stock has cooled off enough that you can put the pot in the refrigerator overnight, you're going to take a skimmer of some kind so that you can remove the solids from your stock. And you can also just pour this through cheesecloth. That's another good way to do it. And as soon as you get all of the solids out, then just set this whole pot in your refrigerator overnight. After your chicken stock has been in the refrigerator overnight, the fat rises to the top, and you can easily scoop that out and remove it from your stock. The next step is to pour your stock through a strainer to get all the little pieces out. Make sure it's nothing but nice, clean stock. After you've strained your stock, take 1 quart freezer bags, and I put in 1 cup of stock. Pour that right into the baggie. And then I'm going to try to get all the air out of that bag that you can. And then just seal it. And I put those on a cookie tray, and I fill up all the bags that I have, 1 cup each, and take this out to the freezer. When these are frozen, you can just put the smaller bags into a large gallon freezer bag and label it chicken stock with the date. Your chicken stock will be good to use frozen like that for 3 months.